Okay. So we're doing it. As you can see, the likes to dislike ratio. This is gonna be fun. Oh boy. Let's start. Let's just make it big here. Let's do it.
Hey everyone, SafeLocked here on behalf of the League team. We have a lot to cover today, including our plans for preseason, challenges, and game modes.
Okay.
But first, let's talk about the state of the game.
It's not gonna
Overall,
be
we're
nice.
pretty happy with the state of League this season.
What? What did you say, woman?
Overall, we're pretty happy with the state of League this season.
No, Jessica, I think what's going on right now is like somebody's holding a gun behind you, right? We just don't see them. And then you have the script in front of you. Stop it. Just stop. This is not okay. I know it's not your fault.
But before we get into the details, let's dive into a topic that's been pretty popular lately.
Yeah, because you made it popular. Forcefully.
Which is new champion balance. When we look at the data, we actually see that new champions have been pretty balanced on release this year.
So Virgo is considered balanced, huh? I mean, now they nerfed it, but... Nah, man. I can't. I just don't understand them. What the fuck did they smoke? Dude, it's not even 1 minute in. It's not even 30 seconds in.
With the exception of Dr. Mundo. That said, there's more to help.
The Mundo rework was the only good fucking rework this year. What the fuck are you talking about?
Healthy gameplay than just win rates. And we're still hearing that new champions feel unfair to play against, particularly when it comes to complex abilities or overloaded kits. If we're
Yeah,
being
because you
completely
gave
honest,
them.
we don't think our champions have overloaded kits overall.
No. Let me tell you this. Now I can definitely say somebody's fucking holding a gun on her. She already blinked like 3 times while saying it. Jesus Christ, dude. What?
But that being said, there have been times when we've given new champions too many tools and had to pull back later to give them more clear weaknesses.
Point me, where are the weaknesses? Akshan still has a revive. You guys removed revive for a reason. And then you bring it back on the game again. Again.
For example, Samira's ability to dash to allies was removed because it provided too much safety. Combined with her missile blocker, it made seeing her too difficult.
Yeah, but Samira is now fine. Why are you giving Samira as an example? Give Akshan as an example. Give Viego as an example. You guys keep on showing Gwen, but you don't give her as an example either. Like, her W is fucking atrocious to deal with. But anyhow, she has just some weaknesses.
Especially since that's one of her main forms of counterplay.
Okay.
Another thing we consider when we hear a champion feels bad to play against is their intended complexity. We try to make a healthy mix of high, medium, and low complexity champions.
No. That's totally... That's just fucking weird how they worded it. Dude, the amount of fucking Akshans you see in a level 30 account, right, is mind-blowing. Because the only thing they will do is go top lane. But if they fail, they will just quit the game and log on to their 9th account and do the same shit again. Let me tell you this. When a new player is just playing ranked for the first time and is against a Smurf Akshan, that person is going to lose interest in ranked. Probably because the new player doesn't really know what to do. That is why, first of all, he leveled up the account, right? By himself or with his friends. Now suddenly wants to queue up for a ranked game. That fucker is going to get fucked.
In this way, whether you like mechanical skill expression, point and click simplicity, or something in between, there's a new champion that interests you. For example, with Vex, we wanted to create a champion that was fairly easy to pick up, and we're happy to see she's hitting that mark.
I'm gonna ignore that one, actually.
But beyond just how complex a
It's just too stupid.
champion is to play, there's also how difficult they are to understand. We want new champions to have unique gameplay, but you shouldn't need a wiki to know.
I'm fucking like... This is how big the text is for Akshan's passive, okay? I don't want to play a goddamn champion that I have to read this much to understand what he does. But guess what? I don't have to do it anyways. Because I'm seeing that champ more than often, I just understand what the champ does, right? I don't have to read. That is like lucky you, right? That I don't have to read. I can just understand, okay, the champ does this. I still didn't read what Vex does, by the way. And I understand what Vex already do. So, I don't have to. But the problem is for a new player, though, when they're just going to start reading, they're not going to start reading because they will already get bored out of it. Unless they think the champion is something they want to learn, has actually some ambition towards it, right? And like, yo, this champ looks cool. I want to learn it. Only those people will actually be able to learn it. Sit down, read that shit, and just do it, right?
Know how to play with or against them. Learning counterplay is a skill test we do.
Yeah, tell the new players how to play the game,
what a
maybe.
Can or can't do shouldn't be a part of it.
So they're not against Smurfs.
Something we haven't always hit the mark on, especially with champions like Aphelios, who not only has a complex kit, but with
I'm not a new player, by the way, but I've been playing this shit game for like from end of season 2, okay? And I can already say they're not giving anything for the new players, and I am already in 2 minutes in to the goddamn video.
was also lacking UI clarity when he was released.
You're talking about 200 years? Lacking shit? Which you gave and enabled. Seeing that shit in Worlds was not fun. No.
New champions is a constant balance between making something that's exciting, has clear counterplay, and isn't confusing. We're still trying to find that line,
yeah.
But we want to get to a spot where new champions aren't just numerically balanced, but that you all feel they're fair to play against.
Fair to play against. Fucking Viego is not fair to play against. At all. If I'm the one... Let's go basically through the 40-40 rule, right? 40% I will win a game, 40% I will lose a game, 20% I will win if I carry the games, right? Now listen here. If I have at least 3 teammates who doesn't know what Viego does, or knows what he does, but doesn't know how to position, right? And Viego just fucks them. Viego is just gonna kill all of them, get the vessel, get healing, and then ult on me. And kill me, even though I'm the one carrying, right? Now imagine what? They're just gonna get enabled because you just enable it for them, right? You just let them do that. It's shit for design.
Beyond new champion releases, this season we've seen a wide variety of picks in every role. We've also seen a healthy improvement in diversity of playstyles across roles.
Yeah, because you pushed it.
Jungle and top lane.
Because you pushed it. Lee is a jungler. Let him be a jungler. Then you push him top. Let Kiana, Talon be in the fucking mid lane as an assassin. Push them to the jungle for no goddamn reason. Support. A Morgana is supposed to be a support or / mid laner depending on how your playstyle is. Push them to the jungle. Rumble is a mid laner / top laner. Push them to the jungle for no goddamn reason.
It's due to direct champion changes, such as the kit adjustment.
When they push Darius into the jungle, I'm like, okay, so they're smoking something that I don't know about.
That enable picks like Jungle Darius, Brand, and Morgana. New items like Anathema's Change and Hullbreaker.
The only good item from those two is that Anathema's Change, right? It's a really good item. It is really, really good. But Hullbreaker, nobody fucking builds that shit. Except for maybe Gnosis and Yorick. The only 2 champions who's gonna build it. That's it. Maybe, just maybe Camille. But even in high elos, they don't fucking build that garbage as item. Because sometimes, instead of split pushing, Camille actually needs to be in the team fight. To fucking hold somebody so you can fucking kill him because they're the one who's carrying the game, right? What happens when you build the Hullbreaker and then suddenly go to a team fight? You're trash. Because you lose your stats.
have also had a positive impact, especially in top lane where we're seeing a ton of champion diversity. And finally, we know that some champion classes have been struggling after the item system update, and we've been working on some solutions to help them out.
No, you didn't.
And this brings us to our plans for preseason. With that, I'm going to hand things off to Brightmoon, who will go more in depth on the upcoming changes.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Brightmoon, the lead producer of gameplay on League of Legends. League is like a house. Sometimes we need to...
Yes, it is a house where I don't want to be in, because whatever you guys fucking do in that goddamn house doesn't make any sense. How about that? And my friends just, you know what? Let's be in this house for a while. Let's see how it goes. And we're like, the furnitures are fucking trash. Where are we gonna sleep? Where are we gonna do our shit? Hang out as friends. We can't do that. We can't do that, Jeremy.
When we overhauled the item system. And sometimes we just need to add some new furniture.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Furniture,
For this year's preseason, we're sprucing things up with improvements to our existing systems, like items, runes, and the Elemental Rift. Let's start with our plans for items. While some champions and classes have lots of build options, we've still got others that don't feel like they've got a mythic or legendary that really speaks to them. So we're going to be adding some new items and tweaking some others. This will include 2 new mythic items. The first one is a support tank item, perfect for champions that want to get
But they have enough items though!
And charge into the middle
they don't need more!
When you immobilize an enemy
the tanks already have fucking Locket!
Champion, all nearby enemies will take increased damage from your team.
So what, you're moving the fucking Abyssal Mask passive to the support item?
For a short period of time.
Short period of time. There's too much fucking damage in the game. Between that short period of time, I'm dead. I'm dead. Why?
The second new mythic item is built for mages, who are looking for a little more survivability. It grants damage reduction that lingers for a few seconds after you get hit, and while the protection holds, you'll also get ability haste. We think it'll be particularly good for longer range mages who need a mythic that helps them survive a dive rather than pile on extra damage. When we updated League's item system, we wanted to give every champion strategic choices in every game. We still think that's the right goal for mythics, but our thinking has changed when...
Strategic? Really? You're gonna word it that way, huh? Okay, Jeremy.
When it comes to legendary items. We think it's okay if some champions build the same legendary in most games, if it's a perfect fit. But we also want you to have plenty of options, which is why we're improving legendaries for mages, assassins, and tanks.
Even my fucking tummy is disagreeing. Jesus
For
Christ,
example,
Jeremy.
Assassins can look forward to a new legendary item that gives ability haste, and also refunds a portion of their ultimate's cooldown with enemy takedowns.
There's already a lot of fucking ability haste in the game.
Tanks
Don't!
that can never get enough mana will be happy with a new legendary item that grants bonus health based on total mana, and also burn some of it to create a shield whenever they immobilize an enemy.
Okay, after a long time, this kinda is okay. It's fine, I guess.
Finally, mages who are tired of being denied their hard-earned kills can rejoice. They'll be receiving a new legendary that grants magic pen against recently shielded enemies.
Okay.
As for runes,
Okay.
we think there are some good targeted...
Okay. That's nice. Because the equivalent of Serpent's Fang doesn't exist for AP champions. Okay, fine. That is okay.
changes we need to make. Most of all, we feel the Inspiration Tree's identity has been pretty unclear. We'd like to broaden its keystone use cases. For example, we're reworking Glacial Augment to double down on its fantasy of slowing down enemies. We are also making some modifications to Lethal Tempo to lean into its attack speed fantasy and give it a more distinct use case in the Precision Tree. Up next are Bounties. Champion Bounties give teams who are behind a way to get back into the game without being a straight shot to victory.
And then you give an example of Veigar who can... I don't think he needed to cage there. He could just Q and ult.
And this year, we're adding a second way for teams to try and make a comeback. Objective bounties will work like champion bounties, except you cash them in by taking map objectives, like
Okay.
towers or Baron. They ramp up slowly when the enemy team lead grows, and the bounty is shared with your whole team, regardless of who claimed it.
Okay. Cool.
Taking objectives really is the best way to come back when you're behind, so we want to help make that a clearer and more rewarding strategy. That said, if a team is really far ahead, objective bounties won't change that. Being the better team should always get you a win. So we'll be watching the new bounty system closely to keep things in check.
Being a better team.
Finally,
that's why you're disabling
let's talk about our biggest addition this preseason, dragons. We really like how each dragon creates unique terrain, grants powerful buffs, and adds more strategy to the mid and late game.
Okay.
So this preseason, we're adding 2 more. Up first is the Hextech Dragon. When your team defeats it, you'll all gain additional ability haste and attack speed.
Again, you're already adding ability haste though. Jesus Christ.
If you claim the soul, you'll receive a chain slow that works kind of like Static Shiv's passive. When this dragon takes over the rift, it creates Hextech gates that can transport you to set locations across the map.
Okay, so everybody's a Rek'Sai now. Cool.
The second dragon joining the party is Hextech's darker sibling, the Hextech Drake. When you slay it, your team will deal increased damage when your HP is low, letting you turn around those close team fights. This dragon soul provides a second chance at life. Well, sort of. When you die, you'll enter a zombie state.
No fucking way. No. Imagine that Ashe was Akshan, right? And that Heimerdinger slayed my whole team. I slay the Heimerdinger, my whole team comes back. Cool, right? All the thing I did as that Heimerdinger doesn't make any sense because Akshan just brought everybody fucking back, dude. Jesus, no!
When you'd normally be looking at a gray screen. And when the Hextech Dragon putrefies the map, it creates camouflage zones in fixed locations. These dragons might seem more impactful than the current ones, and, well, they are. Our goal is to add more unique encounters and meaningful strategy to the mid and late game. That said, these are some pretty big changes, and we're ready to adjust if they're making
mid and late game. Do something about the early game. Nerf the damage in the early game on some champs. Push the junglers that you pushed into the jungle back to their specific fucking lanes. And then buff the junglers that are actual junglers. Or not overbuff them. Like, you don't need to overbuff shit like Kha'Zix or Kayn or Evelynn, right? The equivalent of the same fucking shit they 3 are, right? Just don't do that. Just buff, nerf, some junglers. That's it. So we can see Skarner, so we can see Zac, Sejuani, things like that, right? A bit of more control, you know, with the champs. That makes... It's more flashy if, let's say, a team fight is longer, then you want to watch it for a long time, right? But now all the team fight just seems so short because everybody can just fucking one-shot each other.
Too much, too little of an impact. You can expect to see all of these changes on PvE in a couple of weeks, and we'll be looking for your feedback in the months ahead.
You won't read them anyways. You won't read them anyways.
Is that you'd like more ways to express yourself and your achievements in League. For some of you, ranked is how you define your progress, and that's great. We don't want to change that.
Okay.
But for those of you who aren't focused on the rank climb, there aren't great ways to express your own progress. Champion Mastery and Eternals help you show off your skills on a particular champ, but they don't tell the story of your broader League legacy. The new challenges system should achieve just that. Challenges rank up over time, showcasing your increasing mastery and legacy across a bunch of different systems, modes, and gameplay.
Okay.
Making it a little different than just a standard achievement. We want to highlight not just your rank and champion mastery, but also your inventiveness, breadth of play styles, collection, and everything else in between. Want to showcase your knack for never dying in ARAM? Or how great you are at killing minions in SR?
So this is for casual players. Okay, fine. That is okay. I'm fine with that. I do want to show off my fucking set mid lane and the amount of damage I do. That's actually fine. This, I would rather have this than Eternals any day, by the way. Because I don't know what the fuck Eternals was. I have actually only purchased just one Eternals because of the stream, because I play set mid lane, right? Only on my Prowlin account. That's it. I only have one. Otherwise I wouldn't buy it.
That's
Why didn't you guys just implement this instead? This looks so much better.
maybe you've collected over 100 champions or love participating in events. All of this is now possible to track and display your progress with challenges.
Okay.
You'll get the first glimpse of challenges when they hit PvE next month, and the full system will launch early next year. That's all I have to share with you today. Thanks so much for watching.
The way he just made that face expression, it was like in between an orgasm and taking a shit. But his body couldn't really decide which one it was.
And here's SafeBlock again to talk about game modes.
Okay.
When it comes to game modes, one thing we've been hearing from you all is that you'd like more variety in the modes we bring back alongside it.
Just have Earth where you don't get to choose the champions, because then if you get to choose the champions, they will just pick Nami and Lucian and fucking fuck everybody up. Just do that. And then bring back Ultimate Spellbook with more ults. That's it. Nothing else matters, okay? Maybe a glimpse of Dominion, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna do that,
So let's talk about it. To start, we actually agree that the existing rotation of game modes can make some of the most popular modes like Earth and One for All feel a bit stale. Some of you have asked why we just don't bring back some of our other older game modes like Star Guardian Invasion or Ascension to mix things up. And the answer is that bringing back old modes isn't as easy as flipping a switch. League is constantly changing, which means all of our existing modes require constant upkeep. For example, when we released Yuumi, we had to figure out how she'd function in One for All. What happens when a Yuumi attaches to a Yuumi who is attached to a Yuumi?
That's just an excuse, by the way. That is an excuse. I don't care how you guys do it. I just wonder why there isn't game modes. Like, for example, right? I would rather have a game mode where I can have fun with my friends unless, like, how should I even put it? Like, let's say this game mode, right? It's One for All. This is actually really fun. But it is also a coin flip, because unless you're playing as, like, you have a whole squad with you, and then you choose something specific like Yuumi, right? Then you can just have Yuumi. But if I am not with my squad, and everybody just wants to play whatever they want, let's say Darius or Sed or whatever, now I'm stuck with that, right? That is fine. That is fine. That is what makes the game mode fun, because it is now suddenly random. Some people actually goes dodges because they don't want to play that particular champ, but those are people who doesn't want to lose. So, or they don't want to play the particular champ, right? What I'm trying to say is, like, just put modes that people like. Just make it so people can't abuse shit in it, right? That's it.
Because of upkeep like this, we have to be very selective about the modes we maintain. And right now, there are just too few popular modes that feel worth the investment compared to making brand new modes or updating more resonant ones for you. We've mentioned this before, but we think the sweet spot for game modes are ones that amplify champion fantasies and really build on what you love about your champs and Summoner's Rift. So moving forward, we're focusing on adding more game modes that hit this goal. And to that, let's talk about Ultimate Spellbook. First and foremost, you all seem to really love this one. It was one of our highest engagement modes ever, second only to Earth. And beyond popularity, we're super happy with how long you spent making oversized champions with Cho'Gath Salt, and by that we mean the total amount of time you spent in Ultimate Spellbook stayed high throughout the event. That gives us confidence that it's worth keeping around. That said, there are some clear areas of feedback that we want to address. Junglers were forced to take Smite and another ultimate, which meant they couldn't choose another summoner spell. They also missed out on a lot of exciting plays during the laning phase because they were stuck clearing camps. Beyond that, we also heard that games started to feel a little repetitive due to the small number of available ultimates.
Yeah,
and we agree.
Good.
So this winter, we'll be bringing back Ultimate Spellbook with a bigger ult pool. We'll also be making some adjustments for junglers to ensure that your experience in Ultimate Spellbook is just as fun as everyone else's. If you'd like to learn more about our approach to game modes, you can check out the dev blog that's coming out today. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you're enjoying Worlds as much as we are, and for any pros watching, once again, please pick a Mumu.
But you nerfed him, though. Why would they pick a Mumu? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, well, that's about it. I'm actually afraid entering the next season. It's gonna be a hellhole. I just hope they don't do anything to my Prowler squad. Just don't touch it. Like, that's it. That's the only thing I want. That's about it. I'm gonna end the video here. That was a lot to take in. Holy shit. See ya, mates.